Hello zusammen and welcome back to another video featuring my co-pilot Lenny, backed by, I would say popular demand. I think that's fair. And because he's backed by popular demand, I need to address something that was in the comments section of one of the videos we made. You read the comments, yes?
I do, yes.
Okay, and you have read the ones talking about how cute you are?
Yeah.
Those people are delusional. They're lying.
Oh, fuck you.
But here's the point. The point is, there are 2 points I'd like to make. One is, somebody asked us in the comments section why we don't do a video in which we ask Lenny, as he explains things about German law, why don't we talk about the age of consent laws in Germany? And I will tell you that I put thought into it, and then I think we were sitting at lunch together at the airfield.
Yeah, we did.
When I approached you about it, and we pretty much agreed on why it is we haven't done that yet. Would you like to explain?
Why we haven't done it?
Why we haven't approached that topic?
Well, we don't, or yeah, I think I can speak for us both. If you're concerned about it, and if you're a grown adult and you're concerned about consent laws, age of consent laws in Germany, you shouldn't come here. It's
creepy.
No, don't come here.
It's creepy.
Go somewhere else, or if you're concerned, and if you're like 40 and you wanna do it with a 16-year-old, don't come here.
Okay,
it's not.
But let's be fair.
Yeah,
because we always try to look at issues from multiple perspectives.
All right.
And what you're explaining was my initial reaction to the question. What is the age of consent? However old you need to be to have sex legally with an adult, how is that at all relevant to whether somebody wants to come to Europe and start a life, a productive, meaningful life without breaking the law? However, I do think there's another perspective here.
Okay.
It could be that people are thinking about the age of consent as it pertains to their cases. Meaning, if I was convicted in the United States for having something to do with somebody under 18, but in Germany it's legal, then how is the government going to respond when I apply for a residence permit? How are they going to look at it, something that may not even be a crime in Germany? I think that might also be part of the equation. And I don't want to always be the one to jump to the worst possible interpretation of something.
The age of consent is pretty. I would say it's. Can you say loose? It's not
liberal.
It's liberal. So I don't know what the age of consent and stuff is for sure in the USA, and I would imagine it's like 21. It's some crazy shit. It's some crazy stuff, but. In Germany, it's 16. So if you're 16 and you consent, you can legally have sex with I think 18-year-olds, and I think there's another barrier. I think 24 or something, 23. Don't call me on that, please. But something. So if you're in that range, there is no problem. I think if you're under 16. And you have sex with an 18-year-old or older, I think that is a crime, or that's not a crime, but
handled differently.
Handled differently, but everything 16 and above is legally allowed. It's not recommended, so it's recommended that you're 18. Of course, that's recommended, but legally, it's legal to have. Yeah.
But let me see if we can clarify something. Sure. Because my understanding, and correct me if I'm wrong, when you're 16, you can make the decision what to do with your own body. That's the end of the discussion. Exactly. If you're younger than 16, 14, 15, if your parents agree, then that's a different story.
Exactly.
So with parental consent, you can have sex as young as or engage in sexual conduct. Let me say it that way, not necessarily have sex at 14. At 16, you make decisions for yourself.
Yeah.
Just the same as beer, same as wine.
Yeah, exactly. but there's also a limitation, because if you're under 16 and that was right, your parents, if you ask your parents and they consent, all good. But it's still not legal if the person is over 18. So if the person is under 18 and your parents consent, so for example, if you're 14 and you have a boyfriend or a girlfriend that's
or both
17, both that's 17, then that's completely legal. And so that's it.
So if the purpose, of course, is to compare, the European law to the American law for the purposes of getting your residence permit, then it's a legit question to ask. Obviously, if somebody's thoughts are otherwise, then as Lenny said, please stay out of Europe. We don't need any more predators than we already have. But having said that, I think that pretty much covers the topic.
Yeah. Does.
And I will go so far as to say this as well. The teenagers here in Europe are far better educated than they are in the United States, and they have a far better understanding of the world around them than Americans do. So it really is comparing apples and oranges. And as it stands, we've said this in other videos, as long as your crime doesn't involve crazy violence or it's not a repeat offense, if it just you were engaged with something with a 15-year-old or 14-year-old or what have you, and it generally was, not violent, you're not going to have any issue with the government over here.
No.
And we're going to talk about that in the next video.
Exactly. And just the last word from me. Mm-hmm. If the person and you agree, and if everything is between you two, if that's okay in Germany, that there's not a problem at all. So if you're for example 16 and the other person is 25, if you both agree, no problem. And
if I may, there was one other comment in the comment section of our videos where somebody made the comment that in the United States, what we're doing right now could be considered grooming. So, do you know what grooming is?
I think I have a picture of it. It's like is it unconsensual sex with
no.
Is it?
It's like we meet somewhere and we're hanging out, and my intention is to engage in some kind of illegal conduct with you. Mm-hmm. So then I start playing games in your head, and I start talking into things like, for instance, if I come up and I say, Lenny, would you like a lollipop? And this, of course, is a special kind of lollipop.
Shit.
Then, I'm leading you towards something inappropriate. So somebody has hinted that I could possibly be grooming you, trying to get you involved in something you don't want to be involved in. Do you feel that way?
Of course. Like, you're grooming me like that. It's crazy. No. Who said that?
Somebody in the comment section said
I came here today with just for my own, yes. And wanted to hang out because my school was over and I had some spare time and I'm done with all my exams. Mm-hmm. And
you hung out yesterday. We did. In fact, the night before that, we were flying simulators.
Yes,
his house, my house, for practicing for our cross country flight. But I think it's interesting that people will sometimes look a little bit strange at us because we're friends and there's a major age difference between us. And your parents know it. It's no secret. But it's interesting that I am really good friends with Wolf, who is 76. There is a major age difference between me and Wolf, and nobody says anything. Nobody thinks that's inappropriate.
And I am almost 18, and it is, I think, it's just ridiculous to say anything that, or to say that Steven does anything that's not in our morals
within our ethical code.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm almost 18. I can make my own decisions, and that's also with my parents. And I talked with them, and they were like, "Sure, where's the problem?" And I'm like, "Okay, well, how is it for you?" And my parents were like, "Okay, well, you're hanging out with Steven. We don't care. It's your decision. I'm almost 18, so."
Correct. But then again, your father and I are very, very, very similar in our perspectives and our attitudes and our beliefs. So that's it for this video. And hope you enjoyed. I hope you got something out of it. Thank you for joining us, Lenny.
Sure.
And I think you're absolutely going to be fascinated with the next video coming out, which we will film in, I don't know, just a minute.
Oh, yes.
Until next time, everybody, if you're not satisfied with your life, if you're not satisfied with your situation, it's on you to do something about it. Until next time. Cheers.
Tschüss.